Welcome to the channel where we discuss immigration, moving to the USA and European countries. Today, I want to talk about the upcoming immigration changes in the USA. They haven't happened yet, but there's a lot of buzz and discussions. I want to keep you informed about what's happening, what immigration changes are coming, what's possible, and what those who want to move to the USA, including through political asylum, should be prepared for. What immigration changes are important to you in general? Let's discuss in this video. I will give you a brief summary of the current situation and what is currently happening. Just now, as I'm recording this video, in February 2024, a few days ago, in the USA, they started discussing a law that has been well known for a while, but only recently, a few days ago, it gained momentum in the Senate. This is a legislation that fully assumes authority over unauthorized immigration in the United States. Over the past couple of years, under the administration of Joe Biden, illegal migration has grown at a rapid pace in the territory of the United States, and accordingly, both parties in the Senate now agree that it needs to be regulated in some way. But unfortunately, they can't seem to agree on how to regulate it. And now there is a bill that implies allocating $20 billion to regulate illegal immigration. This is a method to complicate illegal migration by regulating the quantity of migrants who are able to pass through the border located in the southern region of Mexico. Regulating legal migration is about facilitating work visa acquisition for immigrants from other countries and expediting the review process. One of the primary objectives of this legislation is to simplify the process of acquiring political asylum, making it more accessible to individuals seeking refuge. In the past and even now, many people say that getting political asylum takes a really long time, according to popular belief. Upon arrival at the US border, they confiscate your passport, and the lengthy process begins, with many people enduring a 3-5 year wait at best, only to be left without a decision. Such cases also occur with regularity. The new immigration bill says that all political asylum cases will be reviewed within 6 months, regardless of the severity, regardless of the basis, and give a decision on this case. So if you don't qualify for political asylum, then deport. Deportation process will also be simplified, and everyone who is on the territory of USA on illegal grounds will be deported. Deportation typically occurs in countries of citizenship. If humanitarian issues prevent deportation to the country of citizenship, then it becomes the country of permanent residence. However, the point is, in most countries and jurisdictions, they are generally unable to deport you without your explicit consent. You have to say, yes, I want to go to my home country, I am capable of getting you there. Speaking of other changes that are coming within this bill, it's going to make crossing the border through Mexico a lot more complicated. Currently, there's immigration flow, legal and illegal, passing through limited points, but it's not restricted overall. There is this new bill, and it is all about implementing a limitation on the number of migrants, both from Mexico and from other countries, who cross the southern border within 24 hours. Now it's going to be 7,000 people that they'll let in within a certain amount of time. And if in this amount of time the flow of migrants exceeds the permissible norm, then they simply close this border for a certain period of time. And regardless of the grounds you have, no matter how long you've been waiting there, the border guards simply will not allow you to pass. At a certain moment last year, in the middle of last year, in the middle of the 23rd year, the Senate was considering, and probably still is considering, changes to this bill. Lately, there hasn't been any news about the bill that border guards on the southern borders of the USA now have full authority to turn you away or even not accept your documents. It used to not be implied, but now, if you just didn't appeal to the border guard somehow, or in general he thought that you have no grounds for political asylum, such cases happened before too, we need to admit it. He can turn you away and not accept the document accordingly. No matter what grounds you have for political asylum, he won't consider you. At the moment we're waiting for some changes to this bill. There are a lot of comments about how he will be received in the Senate and from opposition parties. There have been many comments that they plan to block him, and overall this bill will not pass. But in any case, it has already been discussed and publicized, and I think it will be discussed at the level of federal legislation in the future. That's pretty much it for me. If you want to avoid going through that whole migration route across the southern border of the USA, crossing through Mexico, we often talk about how crossing through Mexico is not the most productive way and very limited overall in terms of opportunity for you as a migrant who is seeking political asylum. Constant risk of deportation as an immigrant on US territory. If you have political asylum and your case is pending, you are in removal proceedings status. Essentially, it is a situation in which the United States raises doubts about your legal status and presence in the country. And this cannot fail to have an impact on the overall well-being and adjustment in the country, which is of utmost importance. That's why we're pro-legal migration, pro-transparent migration, and luckily there are many visa categories for all kinds of specialists. So come on over, we'll chat. That's all. Thanks and have a good day.